Hey, Dakota Brown, what's up? Bear with me here, man. Just trying to get stuff in order here. Nope, wrong button. Damn. Okay, that's that one. Let's just go in here. There we go. Oh, what's up, Dakota Brown? How we doing, man? We are back on Ballincraig Estates on a really crappy, rainy Monday from looks of things. So, we are going to start with unloading some equipment. I think this time around I'm going to hang on to the case. Damn, they never fixed that. Hey, Marcel, what's up? We're gonna keep. I think we're gonna get rid of this mowing equipment and go with the portrait stuff. We're definitely gonna keep the case for now. It's small enough to maneuver through the gates and entryways and whatever. Let's see what we got in here. Just turn the lights on, I guess. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of that baler because I'm not gonna be using that. I might keep the 8340, but I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't need it. So, or I don't want to start with that. So, put this stuff out. I'm doing very well, Marcel. Thank you for asking, sir. Just stick this over here this way. We'll go unload this thing. We'll take the baler with us because I don't need that. There we go. So after losing it the first time after 125 hours, we're going to go back at it again and see what we can do with it. It's starting off on a dreary day here. Gonna make for crappy field prep conditions. Went back to 17, Dakota. Yeah, Marcel, I lost the first 4 years on my last Let's Play, so I liked the map too much that I was nowhere near being done with it. I had a lot of stuff going on, and after losing it, I was kind of heartbroken at first, so that's why it kind of took me this long to go back. 125 hours. It's not It's not like it's not like it's a life or death situation, but damn, that's a lot of hours. You know, it's just, and I like the map too much to not attempt it again, so. Yeah, I hear you, Dakota. That stuff. Oh, well, now that I got the hard drive on the PlayStation, man, we should be good to go. It just sucks that it happened, you know. It is what it is. So, let's do this. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way, damn it. Ugh, crap. There we go. Get a decent loan going here. I don't want to go too crazy, but I want to buy. Yeah, I think we'll call it good. Yeah, that's good. That'll give me substantial start off here. Downloaded some new mods to try out for equipment and tractors, so. Plus, I want to try some of this Massey Ferguson equipment, the 3 series equipment on it. 45 horsepower. I don't think I have a plow that can handle that. Let's see here. Actually, let's look at our plow. How much horsepower does that need? 120 horsepower. I could go with the fixed plow for them, the old school Massey pack. That's not a bad plow, and it does work decent. What to do? I guess we'll go with this. We'll put a front loader on it, because we need that. No, can't do those. We can do those. Don't need that. And why not? So let's unload. No, I don't want to lease it. Let's go here. We'll unload the plow we do have, and we'll get the Massey plow. It's smaller, but it'll work. For what we're doing. Plus it's fixed, so I can't move around all that much. I have more control over it. Get the good old counterweight for the front of this. Not that they do much, but, you know, a little bit of counterbalance is better than nothing. Oh, Marcel, you're not joking here, man. I love this map. I don't know what it is about this map, but, I mean, for being an all-grass map and so tight to work in, there's so much you can do, it's ridiculous. And that's what I love about it. So we're gonna start off with field 7, get that prepped, ready for sowing, and then we're gonna convert field 9 into an arable field as well. And the fields are cheap too, so it's not like you can really go broke doing anything with them. Now the last time I did a Let's Play on this, my my setup was right there in that field, and that field kind of got tight really quick. I might set up shop up in field 10. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh, Marcel, I had fruit trees planted over in the free grass field. I had just planted 20 saplings. And the next move was going to be greenhouses. And that all got screwed up. Ballincraig Estates, Dakota. It's basically, it's primarily like a silage field if you want to do haylage, or a silage map, or haylage map. You have 2 arable fields, you own one. The other one you have to buy, but it's not expensive. And then you can turn you can modify the fields to what you want to do with it. So... Oh yeah, that's what I love about it. I think the very first time I did a Let's Play, it was all Massey Ferguson equipment, and that's going way back into my very beginnings on YouTube. It's got its challenges, Dakota, but it is a very enjoyable map. I'm using the Wales Geo, just in case anybody didn't read the description. That's the closest thing I could find to Ireland, so that's what I went with. Not bad, Marcel, sorry. Pretty laid back day at work. Tomorrow's even going to be more laid back. We had I don't know if you heard me the other morning in the Aussies, we had a technician do a transmission job on a rig, and he was installing a brand new transmission in a Kenworth, and he sent it out with no fluid in the transmission. Grenaded the transmission all over the highway, maybe 8 miles from the shop. So I can't do any cycle counts this week for fear of going over budget. Because we had to eat the transmission, dollar-wise. You're talking $3,500, $4,500. And the company I work for is not a small company by any means, but that technician earned a day off with no pay because of it. Yeah, you know what? The worst part, Dakota? He's not a greenhorn. He's been there for years. Somebody that should have freaking known better. And overlooked one of the simplest things to do when you're doing a tranny swap. No, not good at all, man. So, we're trying to stay under budget, so we can't bill any high dollar parts out till Sunday, because that's when our new period starts. And then we can't do any count adjustments. So yeah, after it's all bolted in and tightened up, that's aside from hooking up electrical, that's the next thing to do. Make yourself a damn checklist or something. I don't know, man. No, if that were me losing a day's, if I knew that was the consequence that I'd lose a day's pay, I'd be damn sure I was triple checking my work. A lot of these techs have been there so long, it's like, meh, whatever. It's a day off, you know. Plus, I'm sure their spouse works, so mine doesn't. So, if I lose a day's pay, man, that's hurting me for a month. And I'm just a parts guy. I mean, I make substantially more than what I made working at the parts store, but... Oh, Dakota, I hear you, man. I blew the manual transmission in my 94 F-150 years ago. The first thing I did was drain it, and the first thing I did when I put the new used one in it was fill it back up after it was torqued down. That was the first thing I did. Of course, that wasn't much of a transmission anyway. It took Dextron 3 tranny fluid. Oh, that sucks, man. So one thing I dislike computer-controlled vehicles. One sensor screws up and it screws the whole drive line. The 4060Es are shit trannies. Pardon my language. I'm not a Bowtie fan to begin with, but I mean, those were... Give me an old Turbo 350 or 400 or even a 700 R4. Those are at least better. Or an old 2-speed Power Glide. Those things could handle high amounts of horsepower and torque. A buddy of mine in high school bought a 65 Impala. His end of junior year, and that's what he drove mainly through high school. And that was a 283, had the 283 V8 in it with a 2-speed Power Glide. That thing would move. Those transmissions, if they're built right, they're damn near bulletproof. Yeah, see, there you go. At least if you blow a clutch, it's easier to fix. And less expensive. Ah, what kind of clutch you going with? Stock replacement or a stage 1 or 2? Don't go stage 3. Those things are either on or off. There's no in between on those. Nice. Those clutch packs are pricey too, but they're well worth it. Marcel, you still in here, man? How's the family doing? How's your, you have a little boy too, right, Dakota? How's your little boy doing? Or is that a different Dakota, or is that somebody else? Oh, missed a bit there. Oh well. I got a little overzealous of that. You're welcome, Marcel. Marcel, I did send you a friend request on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it and was like, who the hell is this guy sending me a random friend request? My first name is Joe. Just in case you're wondering. Hello, Pro Gamer. How are you, sir? Awesome, Dakota. Good to hear that, man. So we've been dealing with 2 of the 3 boys this week have been sick. Alright, I just didn't want you to think I was some creeper. This is sending you a friend request on Facebook. It kept popping up in my news feed, so. If you pop up in mine there, Pro Gamer, I'll send you one. Oh, that's always fun. Our middle one screamed every time we used to cut his hair. I have a pair of hair clippers, so I don't have to pay for haircuts for me and the boys. Just the wife. It's probably the best 30 bucks I ever spent at Walmart was on a set of hair clippers. And our middle son, for years, would scream like you were torturing him when you were cutting his hair. And then finally one day you realized that it wasn't a bad thing. He was like that when taking a shower too. It was like you were scalding him in the shower with boiling hot water. Scream bloody murder. The oldest one got to the point where he tried to fight me on growing his hair longer. It's raining on Ballincraig Estates in Ireland there, Pro Gamer. I'm using the Wales Geo mod though, so it's the closest thing I could find to a weather pattern. So I went with it. Dakota, my oldest, has gotten to the point where he's accepted that as long as he's under my roof, he's going to carry a haircut that is acceptable in my eyes. So he gave in and started cutting his own hair with the clippers. raise my kids the same rules my parents raised me, and you're under my roof, it's my rules. There's too many kids nowadays that think they have they think they have rights. Well, they do to an extent, but the majority of those rights are owned by the parents. My oldest has tested us on that, that's for sure. He's always tried to use for the longest time he tried to use the excuse, well, that's not fair. Well, that's life, buddy. Get used to it. That's each their own, Dakota. That's too much for me for a young man, but I mean, it depends on the age too. We got a hell of a storm last night there, Pro Gamer, here in Connecticut. We got hit out of the blue around 8 o'clock last night. Just downpours and thunderstorms, nasty ones too. It's not a common thing for this early in March, even being halfway through the month. Well, then there you go, man. I'm not gonna argue with that. Not my place. Not my place, period. I'm only gonna be on for another hour, fellas. I gotta get up early and get ready for work tomorrow. So that's awesome, Dakota. Hello, Mr. Aussie. How are you, sir? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. No. Dakota, thanks for hopping in, man. We'll catch you on the flip side. Rest easy, sir. You enjoy your weekend. What's left of it, or if it's just starting. Ah, yes. My weekend starts at 9 o'clock tonight, so... Enjoy it, man. Have fun. How are you this evening there, Mr. Aussie? Well, get out the shovel, start beating heads. Well, don't do that, because then he will burn it. Nothing worse than burnt spaghetti. Missed the spot. Uh-oh. Run, Marcel, run! I don't know if a dog would eat burnt spaghetti, would they? Pro Gamer, you've been busy, man? I haven't seen you streaming here in a bit. Either that or I'm not getting notifications from your channel. I was gonna say, my parents' dogs never would either. Oh, he's gonna get another pot of spaghetti on there, Mr. Aussie. No problem, Marcel. We'll be here for another 25 minutes. Yeah, pigs might eat it. I remember raising pigs on the farm. They'd eat anything you gave them. They'd even try to take your toes off if you weren't careful. Looks like the rain's clearing up. Oh boy. Do I tell her you told me to ask her, Mr. Aussie? I don't want to get her mad. She gonna be on later with y'all? I don't know. I don't want to catch hell from Mama Aussie there. Oh boy. Yeah, I've dealt with that so far with our oldest son. Then he realized that over here women just ain't worth it. Some of them anyway. His last girlfriend dumped him because he couldn't control his seizures. That's legit the answer she gave him when he asked her face to face. It's like, well, yeah, okay, well then you don't need to be in my son's life. You can get the hell out of it right now. Ah, good. That's awesome. As long as you know him personally, that's all that matters there, Mr. Aussie. Let me tell you, that's the one thing that's caused a lot of grief with me and my wife, is the internet. As a married couple. It's a damn test, but... people get into so much shit over the internet, it's ridiculous nowadays. They cause trouble, they get into trouble. Makes a difference when you know the person, but even when you know the person. Gotcha there, pro gamer. That's all that matters when you got a little girl. I remember my parents raising my sisters. It was hell on them. But, you know, I tend to kind of think they did alright, even though the one's been married twice and the other one's married Well, we've both been married twice. One's been divorced once, and the other one's been divorced twice. So I was just talking to somebody about that. I was talking to the Abad the other night about that. My brother and I are the only ones in our family that have not divorced and remarried or divorced at all. It's just not worth it. I mean, every marriage has problems. It's up to the people involved as to whether or not they want to work through it and figure it out. If you're not willing to fight for something, then it wasn't worth it to begin with. Then that's how I look at it, anyway. Yeah, sometimes I catch myself wondering, Mr. Aussie, what if, what if I had said, this isn't for me, or what if I had stayed out in the Midwest, never come home, met my wife, or reacquainted myself with my wife. We knew each other prior to me leaving. She was actually one of my best friend's girlfriends when I moved out west. Yeah, not much, Marcel. You always catch yourself going, sometimes what if, but then you look at what you have, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up what I have for a what if. Especially if that what if is 20 years old. Ah, congratulations, Mr. Aussie, that's awesome. Yeah, that statement there, pro gamer, is true more than you believe. It always takes two, but it depends on who the two really is. Did it stick to the wall, Marcel? Good to hear. A little al dente, as they say in Italy. And I'm no, by all means, I'm no one to be giving out marital advice. And as much shit as the wife and I have been through, we both made mistakes. But 6 years of arguing and screw-ups didn't get us anywhere. So when we stopped being idiots and pulled each other's head out of our arse, as Mr. Aussie would put it, we realized we were both screwing up. And that's when things started getting better. Hello, Mrs. Aussie. How are you this evening, ma'am? Well, I asked him if it stuck to the wall. He didn't say yes or no, so you know, I don't throw mine at the wall. I take it right out of the pot and eat it. If it's just right, it's just right. Then I get funny looks from the wife because as I'm eating it out of the pot, I'm going ow 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 ow. Hello, Doug. How are you, sir? Welcome along. Hello, Grand Reaper. The picture of the weather. Well, if you're talking about those little raindrops at the trees, that just means it just rained. But if you want the weather forecast, you get out and it's L1, R1, and the O. Brings up the bumper. Oh, you eater? I make a mean hot sauce, but that's about it. But then I get yelled at for making a mess. I don't make like a spicy hot like burn your taste buds hot sauce. I make a hot sauce that leaves you sweating after like 10 minutes. You're welcome there, Grand Reaper. You know, my grandmother wouldn't eat hot dogs unless they were burned to a crisp. You couldn't actually tell it was a meat product at one point in its stage of being. Had to have her marshmallows at a campfire the same way too. It's like, oh, make you cringe. Missed the spot. Mrs. Aussie. I was gonna ask what you meant there, Mr. Aussie. Oh, you can't be that bad. Oh boy. Wow. Okay, well then I retract my previous statement. Savagery is real. I remember my bachelor years there, Mr. Aussie, I hear you. Even after 19 years, I remember them very well. I can cook 2-minute noodles in 1 minute. Cold SpaghettiOs? Ugh. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get. I think I'm gonna have to trade all this stuff in. I think we're gonna do a Massey Ferguson farm here, old schoolish. Save for the harvester. What in God's name am I caught? Oh, cows. Stupid cows. No, let's go get rid of this. I'll buy some new equipment. Oh, see, there you go. No cooking involved. That's I like that. Oh, let's go get rid of the rest of this stuff. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want this, or this. And we're going to hang on to the 8340 for right now. Hang on to that case and that trailer. So that is good. So, over here, we got a cultivator. Ooh, I downloaded that. Those are fun to play with. I like those power tillers. Let's see here. Get this cedar. Not that one. Ooh, we get that one. Now we'll go with this one. Gonna need an inexpensive row crop cedar too. I'm trying to get her, Mr. Aussie. I really am. She's happy I finally got reestablished, so hopefully. Let's see, we need the 100 horsepower. Oh good, we can use that, so we can pick that up. She does. She does. I'll pick that up later. We're not going to be doing corn here anyway right now. We're going to get started with wheat. Plow, I'm going to go purchase field 11. That way we have a couple of fields to work with here. Cedar. Fertilizer spreader. There we go. Yep. Wrong button. That's the funny part, Mr. Aussie. She doesn't really wear... She's not much of a dress wearer. Not that I am either, but, you know. Oh, Mr. Aussie, Omar the tent maker does not have enough material in his warehouse to make a dress for me to wear. That was, you know what, that was one of the things that attracted me to my wife the most. Because when we first started dating, she accepted me for who I was and not for what I had. Which nowadays, try and find that. It happens still, but it's not a common thing for sure. Oh, squirrely. Oop, still a little late in the front end. Dang. What is that up here? What is that on the front of this thing? Haha, that's cool. I didn't know that they put that on there. That is so awesome. I didn't know they had a license plate on it. That's cool. Yeah. Same here, Mr. Aussie. This is Tiny accepting me for everything I was and what I didn't, and didn't give a damn as to what I did or didn't have. That's news to me. That's not very many dresses either. Oh boy. Ryan and Minn getting into trouble here. Ryan was in my Grizzly Mountain stream. This is Aussie. He said he had to take off for a bit, so I don't know where he is. Oh, wow. Okay. Wrong way. Wrong turn. Getting distracted here. Oh, I was just gonna ask that, Marcel. You're gonna be on with the Aussies later on? That pink tractor, though. Awesome. What in God's name is Cows doing in there, Tots? Oh yeah, more than likely, Mrs. Aussie. There's a couple of lurkers in here from the looks of it, but I know Tots is hanging around in the background there. Cows is busy. I think he's, from the looks of things, he's busy on, Fellsbroon again. So he's putzing around on that map. I don't know if he's listening in or not. Klutch and the Silent Squad popped into the last stream. Had a good time. Ow. Oh, damn, it hurts every time I stretch. I hope not, he's off duty tonight. That's true. That's true. On duty or off duty. You know, my kids downloaded Fortnite on my PlayStation without permission. It stayed there for a month, maybe two. And then once I realized it was uploading or downloading updates every week, they no longer have Fortnite on my PlayStation. It's one of the stupidest games I think I've seen to date. Now they got PUBG, I guess, isn't too bad. I play PUBG on my phone. I still don't get it. I don't blame you, Mrs. Aussie. My oldest downloaded it, like I said, without permission, which he knows he's supposed to ask before he does anything. But after a week, he lost interest. I downloaded PUBG on mobile on my phone, and I think I played it all 4 times. Man, I love the Lego games. They're so cool. I've got quite a bit of those for PlayStation. I just don't have them downloaded. Dude, I can't even play, what did my PlayStation, when I bought it, came with Call of Duty Black Ops, I think. Call of Duty 3 Black Ops. I don't have the coordination to play the damn game. It's almost worth trading it in and getting something different. Let me see here, what's on my cheat sheet for this map here. Gotta figure out what's what on this one. Going on my notes here. Oop, oop, get over. Where is it? Ah, don't text and drive, kids. Crap. Oh, I don't think I downloaded that one. I'll be right back, folks. I figured the hired worker would have gotten stuck by now. You know, Mrs. Aussie, I've been considering rebuying Minecraft for the PlayStation. We have it on the Xbox, but the Xbox really doesn't get used much. It ain't that cold out tonight, Mrs. Aussie. What do we got here? Take a look. We had, I want to say it was almost, to me it felt like it was in the low 70s yesterday. Right now it's 39 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not actually that bad. Nice light breeze blowing. It's definitely spring has hit. It's funny how weather patterns change year to year. I don't think spring's sitting this quick here on the Northeast in quite a few years. I definitely got some gorgeous shots last night when I got home from work. I don't know what this phone has for cameras, but it takes one hell of a pic. Man, that storm we got last night just come out of nowhere. They said it was going to rain, but they didn't. They said it was going to rain right about 8 o'clock. But they didn't say it was going to be, pew pew. They didn't say it was going to be any thunderstorms. It was just supposed to be rain. And it was just warm and humid enough yesterday that when it let loose, it let loose. When it started raining, it literally sounded like pellets bouncing off the roof of the shop. Yeah, my worker got stuck because of that stupid header. I was actually shocked that the forecasters actually got the time right for the rain to hit. It was on the dot too. That was the funny part. They're never accurate. My old Grandpa Stoddard, man. Back in the day, he'd be able to walk outside, tell you what, when, and where it was going to happen and how bad. 5 inches in 2 nights, wow. Filling those water containers right up, huh? Hey, Ryan. The squirrel squad's here. They've, Mr. and Mrs. Aussie, I'll tell you how screwed up our government is here. They've made it illegal in a lot of states over here to collect rainwater. They complain that collecting rainwater is illegal, according to them, because they can't tax you on it. Which is bullshit, but what are you gonna do? Didn't know Mother Nature was taxable. Yeah, I no doubt there, Mr. Aussie. Yeah, you're out there, Mr. Aussie. We had a well growing up. My mother still does. The only time that she has to worry about anything is if the well goes dry or the pump gets struck by lightning, or the casing, the well casing. Years ago, growing up, that was how we knew the pump got hit by lightning. Was the clock on my mother's stove would start working for 2 or 3 days after it got hit, after the well got struck. Yeah, I saw your video there, Mr. Aussie. There's tight road conditions out that way. How do I enjoy it, Pro Gamer, or how am I looking up the mods to use? I actually kind of nerd out when I'm doing that for research. I'll look up the area the map is loosely based in or is based in, and then I'll look up the geographical weather patterns, if that's what you're asking. Like Altenstein, which might be one of my Let's Plays if I can find the space for it. I use the Bohemian and Moravian geomod. Italy is easy. Yeah, I bet there, Mr. Aussie. I wouldn't classify that as fun in my book, though. I'm using the Paraguay mod for the Platinum map there, Estancia de Pacho. Which, that's what that mod was designed for. Oh, no doubt there, Mr. Aussie. I believe you 100% there. Sure, if you've never dealt with anything like that, though, it raises your heartbeat a little bit. Yeah, it causes big problems in the wintertime, too, when snow falls. You get massive frame rate drop when you're around them when there's snow on the ground, especially over here. And I understand the purpose, and it would be nice if you could actually use them and not have them reset when you load into the game every time. But yeah, I don't see the point of the tires if you have a covered silage bunker. Yeah, it was the big. That was another downfall on what was it? South Mountain Creamery. They had them on there too.
Oh.
Sorry, folks. I woke the missus up.
Huh?
Oh no, Mrs. Tiny is awake. I was talking to her for a bit. She waves. Let's see here. Oxygen David got permission to bring Lone Oak and one other map over to 19. I don't know what the other map is, though. I cannot remember. But he did make a post on Facebook about it. It's too early. She says it's too early there, Mr. Aussie. She might jump into the chat, though. I don't know where my cheat sheet went for this. Oh, I know. I'm gonna have to break down and buy a new controller this weekend. This thing is just ready to die. The buttons aren't doing the right things anymore. Oh, Mr. Aussie, if only you knew. I don't throw controllers, but my oldest owes me $50 for an Xbox controller. Some of that damn medication they got him on just messes him up like you wouldn't believe. Sometimes it's almost worth it. To me, sometimes it's not even worth having him on it, but they swear it's supposed to help, so the fact that it alters his mood doesn't make any difference, but according to them. I have 6 PlayStation controllers. I know where 4 of them are. 2 of them are like MIA. My kids moved them. I don't know where they went. I have no clue what happened to them. But the good thing is I always have one on charge for backup. So there's that. Oh, I've dropped them a couple of times here and there, but the one that I'm using right now actually is getting worn out. The buttons are like the R2 button. It's so worn out that if you're trying to run in this game, you have to wiggle the controller while you're holding it down, or the button back and forth. Sometimes when you're picking up implements, it'll try to hire a worker if you don't firmly press down on the O button anymore. I used to. Let me tell you, when I had my original PlayStation hooked up, or my PlayStation 2 hooked up, those got some abuse, but I was in a rough patch. My old man was passing, and we were just playing a waiting game. And that was this was my release for, you know, stress release. And there's many a times that I was glad I had an old tube type TV, because there were quite a few nights those controllers bounced off that screen. Just out of pure frustration, knowing that there was not a damn thing that could be done by anybody. Damn. Coming up on him being gone 8 years. Doesn't even seem like that. Well, you know, it's 5:30 in the morning, and this is kind of giving me the look, so we're gonna call it quits here on Ballincraig Estates for the night. This map's gonna grow rapidly. It always does for me. But I appreciate y'all jumping in, keeping me company, saying hello, chatting. I always enjoy your guys' company and gals. Take it easy there, Ryan. If anybody's just jumping in and they haven't seen him yet, Mrs. and Mr. Aussie are getting ready to kick off their stream for the night. Ryan Clarke will be with them. Anytime there, Mr. Aussie. And also Ryan Clarke and Marcel Gata will be joining them, so make sure you hit them all up. Will do, Mrs. Aussie. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. On that note, folks, if you haven't already subbed, please do. Thumbs up always help. If you want to share the video, please be my guest. Have at it. If we let Ryan in. Uh-oh. Any comments, questions, and or suggestions are more than welcome in the comment section below. And we will catch you all on the flip side, y'all. Much love. God bless. And bye.